Hey everybody, I am Lucid Faith, and today I want to talk about fates. What they are, why you should do them, and also a fate leveling guide. Basically walking you through what areas of the game offer what levels of fates. That way, as you're leveling up, doing your dungeons, going through your MSQ, if you have a few minutes and you want to knock out something that's around your level, you know where to go. So, let's jump in. So, what are fates? Fates are events that spawn in the overworld as you're running around. You'll see them as little purple icons on your minimap, and as you approach them, you'll automatically join in if you're within the level range. And what's really cool is that you can join these in with everybody else who's just running around in the overworld. So it's kind of like group activities that you can just participate in if you want, and if you do, you get cool rewards out of it. One of the really cool features of Fates is the level syncing feature, which what it means is when you are higher level than the Fate itself, there's a button that comes up in your duty list that says level sync. You click that and it'll bring you down to the level of the Fate, that way you can participate. I think this is a way for basically everyone to join any Fate they want, but also prevents higher level characters from almost cheesing the low level content. Now, one note about this is this level sync feature does not bring up any party members. So if you are too low for a Fate, you're just going to be too low for it and you're going to struggle with that. So keep that in mind moving forward. Now on to the different types of Fates. There are 5 different types of Fates that you can be doing, and they each have their own icon on the map. The first one up is a crossed weapon icon. Now this one is just for killing waves of monsters. Kill enough of them or all of them and it's a success. Then we have the boss fate icon. This is a monster's face or a monster's maw. Then we have the collection icon. This is going to be a bag icon. And for this fate, what you're going to want to do is collect these items that are either scattered on the ground or by killing monsters and turn them into one of the NPCs there nearby. Then we have a escort icon and an escort fate. This is symbolized by a shield, and it's simply just escorting a NPC from point A to point B. Then we have the defend fate. This is a shield icon, and in this setting, you have to defend either a NPC or a number of different boxes or items, and it'll have health bars above them and in your duty list as well. And basically kill enough enemies or get to the end of the time frame and you'll be successful. In addition to all of these icons, there'll be one more, an exclamation mark icon with a little purple background just like the rest. Now this one is for starting a fate. It's usually an NPC somewhere. You walk over them, talk to them, you can start the fate up, and then the icon will change to whichever one corresponds to it. Next up is the rewards. Why do you want to do fates? Well, basically for experience. That's pretty good experience, especially if you are a DPS class. Dungeons and group content are an amazing experience, but you have a lot of downtime when you're waiting in queue, and Fates is a good way to fill it. Also, you can get Gil, you can get Grand Company seals, some special Fates are out there that drop mounts or minions, and when you get to Shadowbringers, those Fates will actually drop a new currency known as bi-colored gemstones, so you do get a good bit out of this. If you want to learn more about bi-colored gemstones, there's a link in the description below. Okay, so a few tips and a slight warning before we jump into the Fate leveling guide. First off, flying will be super useful when navigating all of these regions for Fate grinding. In addition, having a Grand Company is going to be amazing because these Fates will give you Grand Company seals, and when you're first starting out your Grand Company, this is one of the best ways of getting seals early on. Also, Fates can spawn in a range of levels. So when we go through these zones, I'll be talking about like levels 1 to 12. And Fates can spawn in that entire range. So sometimes as you're going through, some Fates will be above your level, some Fates will be below your level, all of that's okay. Just take on what your character can handle. And the last part is a slight spoiler warning. We are going to be going through all of the game, talking about each area, what level ranges, that kind of stuff. So if you don't want to get spoiled for like Shadowbringers areas or Stormblood areas, I'll give you a heads up before we move into each expansion. That way you can click off when you want to. So if you're good, let's jump in. Last quick note before the leveling guide, I promise, is that all of this is also in the description down below. So don't feel like you have to take notes, don't feel like you need to rewatch the video 1,000 times. Watch it, support me, cool, and then down below in the description has all the information you need. Cool, let's go. Starting off with a level range of 1 to 12. You can go to Western Thanolin, specifically the areas below the town of Horizon. You can go to Central Shroud around the area of Brent Branch Meadows. Don't venture too far south or too far west, or east even. The fates here do get out of level range pretty quickly. And then you can also go to Middle Lanosea. Again, stay below the river in this area. For the range of 12 to 20, we're going to go to Western Lanosea, and we're going to go to Aleport, hanging around that central area and also to the east. Then, for the level range of 21 to 30, head to South Shroud to Quarry Mill. Now you're going to stay around Quarry Mill and also to the west of Quarry Mill, all the way to the edge of that zone. Try not to head too far south. The southern fates are a good bit stronger. Now for the range of 30 to 35, you'll be visiting Eastern Lanosea. You'll be hitting both sides of this region. So if you have flying unlocked, it'll make this region extremely easy to navigate and also really good XP. Then going from 35 to 40, you want to go to Kurthus Central Islands. Now you're going to be hanging out around Camp Dragonhead and south of it. Other places in this region, the fates will scale up, so just be wary of that. Then, for level ranges of 40 to 45, you're going to want to visit Mordona. Now, most of Mordona is good for this level range. I usually capture towards the western half of it, but it's all pretty solid. And then you want to go to Northern Thanolin for level 45 to 50. Now, basically this entire region is good for this level range. That wraps up a Realm Reborn areas. So now we're going to be moving into Heavensward. So if you don't want to get spoiled on any of the Heavensward regions, go ahead and click off now. If you're still with me, we're going to start off with the level range of 50 to 52. This is going to be the Kurthus Western Highlands. Very large area, and you can explore all of it. Then, 53 to 57, you're going to go to the Churning Mists. Again, you do this entire area is yours to explore for all of these fates. And finally, we're going to go to level range of 57 to 60. This is where we're going to go to the Dravanian Hitherlands. And the Dravanian Hitherlands is split into two areas, an east and a west. You can traverse both of them for all of these fates will be in the level range you want, but flying will make all of these areas a lot simpler. And that's everything for Heavensward. So now we're going to be moving into the Stormblood regions, which is levels 60 to 70. So spoiler warning here, if you don't want to see or hear the names of any of these regions, go ahead and click off now. Starting off with 60 to 62, you're going to be going across two different regions in Garabania. You're going to go over the Fringes and the Peaks. Both of these regions, the northern parts of them, are going to be in the level range you want of 60 to 62. Then you're going to go to the Ruby Sea in Othar. This is going to be for level ranges 62 to 64. Then for the level range of 64 to 65, you're going to visit Yangshi, also in Othar. Then for the level range of 65 to 66, you're going to go to the Azim Steppe. This one in particular is a very large region, So again, flying super useful. Then finally, for the level range of 67 to 70, we're going to head back to the fringes and the peaks. Those are two separate regions, both in Garabania, and you're going to go to the southern part of both of those regions. And that wraps up all of Stormblood. Then we move to Shadowbringers. Last spoiler warning, we don't want to hear any of the names or see any of the maps for Shadowbringers. Now's the time to click away. But, jumping in, starting at level 70, you have two choices. You can either go to the lower part of Colossia or the right part of Amarang. Well, those are going to be right at level 70. Then, at level 71, you're going to want to go to Lakeland. Most of this region will be good for you. Then at 72, you'll go to Ilmig. The lower left-hand side of Ilmig will be the level 72 fates, and then the level 73 fates are actually on the upper right side, the rest of the region. Then from level 74 to 76, you're going to visit the Ratika Great Wood. The level ranges for here are a little bit sporadic, but you'll be good doing all of those fates from 74 to 76. Then, from 76 to 77, we're going back to Amarang. This time, we're going to the left-hand side and the lower region of Amarang. You'll know what I'm talking about if you progressed that far in the story. Then, you're going to go to the upper part of Colossia for level 78 content. Again, this area was originally barred to you story-wise, should be open to you now, and you can get in there. Then finally, level 79 to, of course, 80 will be an area called Tempest. Tempest, I have nothing to show for it because I'm actually not there yet story-wise, but that is where you'll be able to get those fates in. And that is my leveling guide and overview of the Fate system. If this helped you out, make sure to like the video. If you have any tips or corrections that where if I messed something up, leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed the video, I want to see more stuff like this, subscribe. And if you just want to hang out and chat, I do stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, starting around 5 o'clock Central. But I hope you all enjoyed, and last but not least, I want to remind each and every one of you that you matter. I'll see you in the next one.